Ladies and gentlemen, we all have goals and dreams that we want to achieve in our lives. Whether it's getting in shape, starting a business, or achieving a promotion at work, we all have something that we're working towards. But sometimes, it can be easy to make excuses and put off taking action towards our goals. I'm here to tell you that there are no excuses. No matter what obstacles we may face, it's up to us to have the self-discipline and determination to push through and achieve our goals. Self-discipline is the key to success. It's the ability to control our thoughts, emotions, and actions in order to reach our goals. Without self-discipline, we will always find ourselves making excuses and procrastinating on the things that truly matter. But it's not always easy to be self-disciplined. It takes hard work and dedication to develop the habit of self-discipline. But the rewards are worth it. When we possess self-discipline, we can accomplish anything we set our minds to. So, let's make a pledge today to stop making excuses and start taking action towards our goals. Let's commit to developing the habit of self-discipline and push through any obstacles that may come our way. Together, we can achieve greatness. There are no excuses. Only results. So let's get out there and make it happen. Self-discipline is the backbone of success. It's the ability to control our thoughts, emotions, and actions in order to reach our goals. Without self-discipline, we will always find ourselves making excuses and procrastinating on the things that truly matter. But it's not always easy to be self-disciplined. It takes hard work and dedication to develop the habit of self-discipline. But the rewards are worth it. When we possess self-discipline, we can accomplish anything we set our minds to. One of the first steps to developing self-discipline is setting clear and specific goals. When we have a clear goal in mind, it's easier to stay focused and motivated. It's important to make sure that our goals are measurable and achievable, so we can track our progress and adjust our strategy as needed. Another key aspect of self-discipline is consistency. Consistency is what helps us to develop good habits and make progress towards our goals. It's important to find ways to make our actions towards our goals a regular part of our routine. For example, if our goal is to get in shape, we should make a commitment to exercise regularly and stick to it. It's also important to be realistic about our limitations. We all have different levels of self-discipline, and it's important to be honest with ourselves about what we can and can't do. We should set goals that are challenging but achievable, so we can push ourselves to grow and improve. Another important aspect of self-discipline is to learn to manage our time effectively. Time is a finite resource, and it's important to use it wisely. We can do this by creating a schedule and sticking to it, setting priorities and focusing on the most important tasks first, and avoiding distractions that can eat away at our time. It's also important to be mindful of our thoughts and emotions. We need to learn to control our thoughts and emotions so that they don't control us. When we're feeling down or unmotivated, it's important to find ways to stay positive and keep moving forward. This can include things like reading inspirational quotes, listening to uplifting music, or spending time with friends and family. Self-discipline is not something that comes naturally to everyone. It takes effort and dedication to develop the habit of self-discipline. But the rewards are worth it. When we possess self-discipline, we can accomplish anything we set our minds to. Another important aspect of self-discipline is accountability. We need to hold ourselves accountable for our actions and the progress we make towards our goals. This means setting clear and measurable goals, tracking our progress, and being honest with ourselves about where we need to improve. One way to hold ourselves accountable is to share our goals with others. When we share our goals with others, it creates a sense of accountability, and we're more likely to stay motivated and focused. We can also seek out a mentor or accountability partner who can provide guidance and support as we work towards our goals. Another way to hold ourselves accountable is to set deadlines for ourselves. Deadlines help to create a sense of urgency, and they keep us focused on our goals. When we set deadlines, we need to make sure that they are realistic and achievable, but also challenging enough to push ourselves out of our comfort zone. It's also important to be flexible and adaptable in our approach to self-discipline. Sometimes, things don't go according to plan, and we need to be able to adjust our strategy as needed. This means being open to feedback and taking a step back to reassess our approach when things aren't working out. Self-discipline also requires us to be proactive rather than reactive. This means taking initiative and taking action towards our goals, rather than waiting for things to happen. It's important to be proactive in seeking out new opportunities and taking risks when necessary. One final key aspect of self-discipline is perseverance. Perseverance is the ability to keep going even when things get tough. We all face challenges and setbacks on the road to achieving our goals, but it's important to keep pushing through and not give up. Another important aspect of self-discipline is learning to say no. We often find ourselves overcommitting to things, whether it's work projects, social events, or even our own personal goals. This can lead to burnout and make it harder to stay focused and motivated. Learning to say no to things that are not essential to our goals allows us to prioritize the things that truly matter and use our time and energy more efficiently. Another aspect of self-discipline is staying consistent in our actions. Consistency is crucial for developing good habits, and it's important to make sure that we're consistently taking action towards our goals. This means setting a routine for ourselves and sticking to it, even when we don't feel like it. It's important to remember that consistency is key to progress and that small, consistent actions can lead to big results over time. Self-discipline also requires us to be disciplined with our thoughts and emotions. We need to be mindful of the thoughts we allow into our minds, and be aware of how our emotions can impact our behavior. Negative thoughts and emotions can hold us back and keep us from achieving our goals. It's important to learn techniques for managing our thoughts and emotions, such as meditation, journaling, or talking to a professional. Another key aspect of self-discipline is learning to manage stress and maintain balance in our lives. Stress can be a major obstacle to self-discipline, as it can make it harder to focus and stay motivated. It's important to find ways to manage stress, whether it's through exercise, mindfulness, or other stress reduction techniques. Maintaining balance in our lives, by making sure that we're taking care of our physical, emotional, and mental well-being, is crucial for achieving self-discipline. Another important aspect of self-discipline is learning to prioritize. With so many things vying for our attention, it can be easy to get overwhelmed and lose sight of what's truly important. Prioritizing helps us to focus on the things that matter most and ensure that we're making progress towards our goals. It's important to set priorities and make sure that we're spending our time and energy on the things that will bring us closer to achieving our goals. Another important aspect of self-discipline is learning to be proactive in our approach to problem solving. Instead of waiting for problems to arise, we should be proactively seeking out solutions and taking action to prevent problems from occurring in the first place. This requires us to be resourceful, creative, and think outside the box. It also requires us to take responsibility for our actions and not blame others for our failures. One key aspect of self-discipline is learning to manage our distractions. With technology and social media at our fingertips, it can be easy to get sidetracked and lose focus on what's important. It's important to learn to manage our distractions and stay focused on our goals. This can be done by setting boundaries, creating a schedule and sticking to it, and using tools to help manage distractions such as apps to block social media, or noise-canceling headphones to block out external noise. Another important aspect of self-discipline is learning to be patient and persistent. Achieving our goals takes time and effort, and it's important to remember that progress takes time. We must be patient and persistent in our efforts and not give up when we face setbacks. Remember, progress is often a slow process and it takes time to see results. Another important aspect of self-discipline is learning to be resilient. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and challenges, and it's an essential part of achieving success. Resilience allows us to keep going even when things get tough and to learn from our mistakes. It helps us to stay motivated and focused, even when things don't go according to plan. One way to build resilience is to learn to accept failure as a part of the process. Failure is an inevitable part of life, and it's important to learn how to cope with it and move on. Failure can often teach us valuable lessons and help us to improve our strategies for achieving our goals. Another way to build resilience is to learn to manage our expectations. It's important to have realistic expectations of ourselves and our abilities, and to not expect perfection. When we set unrealistic expectations, we are setting ourselves up for disappointment and frustration. By managing our expectations, we can focus on progress rather than perfection. Another key aspect of self-discipline is learning to be flexible. Flexibility is important because it allows us to adapt to changing circumstances and adjust our strategies as needed. Being flexible means being open to new ideas and approaches and being willing to change course when necessary. It's also important to take care of our physical and mental well-being. Self-discipline requires a lot of energy and effort, and it's important to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. This means getting enough sleep, eating well, and exercising regularly. It also means taking time for relaxation and self-care, such as reading, meditating, or pursuing a hobby. In conclusion, self-discipline is a vital aspect of achieving success in any area of our lives. It takes hard work and dedication to develop the habit of self-discipline, but the rewards are worth it. We must set clear and specific goals, be consistent and realistic, manage our time effectively, be mindful of our thoughts and emotions, hold ourselves accountable, be flexible and adaptable, be proactive, and persevere through challenges. We need to learn to say no, stay consistent in our actions, manage our stress, maintain balance in our lives, prioritize, be proactive in problem solving, manage our distractions, be patient and persistent, build resilience, manage our expectations, and take care of our physical and mental well-being. Self-discipline is not a one-time thing, it's a continuous process that requires ongoing effort and commitment. It's essential to remember that progress takes time and that setbacks are a normal part of the journey. We need to keep pushing ourselves and not give up when things get tough. We must remind ourselves that we are capable of achieving greatness and that the only thing that's stopping us is ourselves. Self-discipline is the foundation of success, and it's the key to unlocking our potential. It's the ability to control our thoughts, emotions, and actions in order to reach our goals. Without self-discipline, we will always find ourselves making excuses and procrastinating on the things that truly matter. With self-discipline, we can achieve anything we set our minds to. There are no excuses, only results. So let's commit to developing the habit of self-discipline and push through any obstacles that may come our way. Together, we can achieve greatness.